You wake up, head to work, grind through the day, pay the bills, and somehow, there's still nothing left. Weeks turn into months, months into years, and real financial freedom never seems to get any closer. Deep down, you know you're capable of more, yet something keeps you stuck. It's not your work ethic. It's not your intelligence. It's something far more subtle, something the wealthy have mastered and most people never even realize exists. These aren't flashy secrets or lucky breaks. They're quiet, almost invisible habits, moves so small they barely feel like progress at first. But over time, they compound until the gap between you and everyone else isn't just wide, it's unbridgeable. The rich live by them. They protect them. And while they're building empires in silence, the rest of the world keeps running in circles, wondering why nothing changes. Now, picture this, 20 years from today, looking back and realizing you could have started these habits right now, but didn't. That's not just losing time, it's losing opportunities, momentum, and the financial security that could have already been yours. In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on exactly how these habits work, why they're so powerful, and how to install them into your life so naturally they almost run on autopilot. Once you hear them, you'll understand why the wealthy never stop, and why today might be the most important day of your financial life. Most people wake up and roll straight into chaos, checking emails, scrolling social media, rushing through breakfast. But here's the thing, if you don't set a money intention before the world hijacks your attention, you're letting chance run your finances. Imagine starting each morning like Tony Stark in Iron Man, looking at his tech and saying, "Here's what I'm building today." That's you, but with your wealth. A clear daily goal, whether it's saving $10, researching one investment, or deciding you'll skip buying lunch out, keeps your financial education alive and your money habits on track. Think of it like this, every single day is a game level, and you're the main character. If you wake up without a mission, you wander around and waste your coins. But if you start the day saying, "Today, I'm cutting my Uber rides in half and pocketing $15, you've just leveled up your personal finance score. It's not about giant leaps, it's about stacking small wins. Studies in financial psychology show that repeated micro-goals actually rewire your brain to spot money-making opportunities faster. One practical trick? Write down your daily money intention on a sticky note and stick it to your coffee mug or computer. If you're more into digital, set it as your phone wallpaper for the day. For example, no impulse buys today or read 5 pages of The Millionaire Next Door. These cues keep your focus tight, even when life tries to pull you in 100 directions. Like in the Queen's Gambit, you're playing 3 moves ahead, not reacting to what's in front of you. The beauty of starting your day this way is momentum. You start stacking wins before lunchtime. You don't have to think about all your financial goals every morning, just today's. That small commitment is the seed. Over months, it grows into consistent savings, smarter spending, and even early investments. If you've ever tracked a fitness habit, you know that one healthy choice early in the day makes you want to keep going. It's the same with wealth-building habits. And here's where it gets exciting. Once you get used to setting daily money intentions, you'll naturally want to check if they're working. That's when you move into a whole new level of awareness. In fact, in the next step, you'll see why a simple 5-minute weekly ritual can completely change the way you see your cash flow, and it's way easier than you think. Here's the truth, money leaks are sneaky. They're like that slow drip under the sink, you don't notice it until the water bill jumps. Tracking your spending weekly is like putting on night vision goggles for your finances. You spot patterns, weird charges, and oh, I forgot I subscribed to that moments before they snowball. It's the same energy as Sherlock Holmes scanning a crime scene, except you're solving the mystery of where your paycheck disappears. In personal finance, awareness is half the win, and this habit makes your financial education feel alive and practical. Think about how much can slip through the cracks in 7 days. A couple of takeout meals, that one impulse Amazon buy, a streaming service you barely use, it adds up. The average American wastes over $1,200 a year on forgotten subscriptions and impulse purchases. By reviewing your spending every week, you can redirect that money into investments, debt payments, or savings. It's not about guilt, it's about control. Financial psychology tells us that seeing the numbers often keeps our brain in active money mode instead of autopilot. Make it ridiculously easy. Set a 5-minute timer on Sunday evening. Pull up your banking app, credit card statement, or personal finance tracker like Mint or an app. Look for any expense that makes you think, was that really worth it? Highlight those in red and decide what to cut or adjust for next week. Imagine you're Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, calm, precise, and unshakably focused on the facts. No drama, just clarity. The beauty of doing this weekly instead of monthly is speed. If you wait until the end of the month, overspending has already done its damage. Weekly check-ins let you course correct while there's still time to save the month's goals. It's like adjusting your GPS after a wrong turn. You don't wait until you're 3 cities away to fix it. This kind of small, consistent attention is what separates people who hope they're doing fine from those who know exactly where they stand. And once you know where your money's going each week, you can take the next powerful step, flipping the script so you're not just tracking money, but making sure it works for you first. That's where the pay yourself first principle comes in, and trust me, it's a game changer when you see it in action. Most people pay their bills, spend on whatever's left, and then think about saving, if there's anything left at all. That's backwards. The pay yourself first principle flips the script. You treat your savings and investments like a non-negotiable bill. The moment your paycheck hits, a set percentage goes straight to your future wealth. Think of it like the Mandalorian and his creed, this is the way. No exceptions, no excuses. In financial psychology, this simple habit is one of the most powerful money habits for building lasting personal finance stability. Here's why it works. Humans adapt to whatever's in their checking account. If you move 20% to savings first, you'll naturally adjust to living on the rest. If you wait until leftover money appears, it never does. A study by the Employee Benefit Research Institute found that people who automate their savings this way are 76% more likely to hit retirement targets. That's not luck, that's structure. And structure beats willpower every single time when it comes to how to make money stick around. The easiest way to start? Automate it. Most banks let you set recurring transfers on payday. You can also split your paycheck so part of it goes directly into a high-yield savings account, brokerage account, or retirement plan like a Roth IRA. Let's say you make $4,000 a month, sending $800 straight to investments before touching a dime feels a little scary at first, but in 6 months, you'll have $4,800 saved without even trying. That's your personal finance autopilot doing its thing. If you want to get fancy, take inspiration from Parks and Recreation's Ron Swanson, minimal fuss, maximum efficiency. Have one account for short-term goals, vacations, emergencies, and another for long-term growth, stocks, index funds, real estate. When you open your banking app, seeing those balances grow is like watching XP build in a video game. You start craving the next level. And yes, this is addictive, but in the best way possible. Once you master paying yourself first, you'll notice a shift. You're no longer reacting to money problems, you're creating wealth on autopilot. And when you combine this with strategic, bite-sized financial goals, you're not just saving, you're winning faster than most people realize. That's exactly where we're headed next. Big goals are exciting, but they can also feel like staring up at Mount Everest without a map. That's where quarterly mini-goals come in. They're the checkpoints under climb. Every 3 months, pick one specific, measurable money goal and lock in on it. It could be paying off $500 in credit card debt, boosting your emergency fund by $1,000, or increasing your side hustle income by 15%. Just like Rocky Balboa training in short bursts for each fight, you're breaking the big challenge into rounds you can actually win. Why 3 months? It's long enough to make real progress, but short enough to keep your motivation high. Research in financial psychology shows that humans work best with immediate wins that still feel meaningful. If you've been wanting to invest in a new ETF or build a $5,000 safety net, chunking it into quarterly milestones makes it less intimidating. Instead of "I need $5,000, you think, "I need $1,250 by March." That's personal finance in bite-sized, doable pieces. The setup is simple. Pick one goal per quarter, write it down, and create a step-by-step plan. If your goal is to save $1,000, decide exactly how, maybe $85 a week from your paycheck, plus cutting 2 restaurant meals a month. Tracking progress visually, on a whiteboard, app, or even a sticky note chain, can trigger the same dopamine hit you get when a Stranger Things mystery finally clicks into place. Your brain starts craving that next checkmark. Here's the kicker: when you hit a quarterly goal, celebrate. Seriously. That could mean treating yourself to a guilt-free dinner or buying that book on investing you've been eyeing. Celebrating reinforces the habit and makes your financial education feel rewarding, not restrictive. Just make sure the celebration doesn't undo the win. This is about momentum, not sabotage. And when you stack these mini goals one after another, the results compound fast. By the end of the year, you're looking at 4 solid wins instead of one giant, unfinished ambition. But to protect those wins, you'll need to keep your spending aligned with your vision, and that's where the art of mindful spending comes in next. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of life you want to live. That's the heartbeat of mindful spending, pausing before each purchase and asking, does this move me closer to my financial goals or pull me further away? It sounds simple, but this habit can change your personal finance game faster than most people expect. Think about the Hunger Games. Every move Katniss makes has to count if she wants to survive. Your money decisions should feel the same: strategic, intentional, and aligned with the bigger picture of your financial education. Mindful spending isn't about cutting out all the fun. It's about making sure the fun doesn't rob you of future freedom. For example, dropping $6 on a latte every morning might not seem like much, but over a year, that's more than $2,000, money that could be earning you compound interest instead. Financial psychology teaches that these micro-decisions create either wealth or waste. When you're aware of them, you stop feeling like money just disappears and start feeling in control of your habits. A practical way to start? Before any purchase over $20, wait 24 hours. That pause lets your brain cool off from the emotional impulse and think logically. You might still buy it, but at least it's intentional. Apps like PocketGuard or GoodBudget can also help by showing you in real time how a purchase affects your bigger goals. It's like being in Moneyball, you're making decisions based on data, not feelings. Mindful spending also means knowing your why. If your goal is to save for a down payment, every purchase should be measured against that vision. Want that new pair of sneakers? Cool, but if buying them delays your dream by 2 weeks, is it worth it? This kind of thinking turns your spending from autopilot to manual drive. It's the moment you realize you're not just earning money, you're directing it with purpose. And here's the real payoff. Once mindful spending becomes second nature, every purchase feels like a win instead of a question mark. You start stacking intentional choices that accelerate your goals. But to make the most of those choices, you'll need to invest in something far more important than just stocks or accounts. You'll need to invest in yourself daily. That's where things really start to get exciting. Here's the truth: your best investment will never be in the stock market, it's in you. Skills, knowledge, and mindset upgrades pay the highest lifetime returns. Investing in yourself daily doesn't mean spending hours reading finance books or taking expensive courses. Sometimes it's just 15 minutes a day learning a new skill, listening to a podcast on financial psychology, or practicing a money habit that strengthens your personal finance game. Think about Limitless, where Bradley Cooper's character suddenly sees life in high definition, except here, you're building that focus over time without a magic pill. The compounding effect of self-investment is wild. Let's say you spend 20 minutes a day reading about investing strategies, entrepreneurship, or money mindset shifts. That's over 120 hours a year, equivalent to taking a full college course, but with real-world applications. By year 2, you're not just keeping up, you're ahead of the curve. This is the kind of edge that lets you spot how to make money opportunities others overlook. If you're into practical steps, here's how to start. Pick one daily habit to sharpen your edge. It could be practicing negotiation skills, learning the basics of index funds, or improving your time management to increase productivity. Rotate every 90 days so you're always growing in different areas. Apps like Blinkist or Masterclass can give you quick, actionable insights during your commute or coffee break. The goal isn't to learn everything, it's to constantly upgrade your decision-making power. Here's a cool twist: connect your self-investment directly to your money goals. For example, if your goal is to build passive income, spend your daily learning time on topics like real estate analysis or online business models. In The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith's character didn't just grind, he learned, adapted, and positioned himself for opportunity. That's what this is about, being ready when the right door opens. And the deeper you go into this, the more you'll realize that building wealth isn't just about math, it's also about character. You'll need patience, self-control, and wisdom to protect what you build. That's where ancient principles still hold power today, and you'll see exactly what I mean in the next step. Wealth without wisdom is like building a mansion on sand. It looks good for a while, but the first storm wipes it out. Guarding your heart and your money means protecting both your mindset and your bank account from bad influences, emotional decisions, and short-term temptations. Proverbs 21 verse 20 nails it. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. In today's world, that's the difference between someone who invests steadily and someone who cashes out their 401k to buy a flashy car. Financial psychology proves that discipline and patience are the ultimate money habits for lasting success. Guarding your heart starts with knowing what triggers reckless spending. Maybe it's stress, boredom, or wanting to keep up with friends who earn more. The moment you spot those patterns, you can intercept them. In The Crown, the Queen stays calm and strategic no matter what drama hits. Your personal finance decisions should have that same composure. You're not avoiding all risk, but you're making choices rooted in your long-term vision, not in someone else's approval. Wisdom with wealth also means protecting it physically and structurally. That could be having an emergency fund, diversified investments, and proper insurance. It's not glamorous, but neither is a seatbelt until you need it. Picture having 6 months of living expenses saved. It's like walking into any situation with your own safety net. The peace of mind alone is worth the effort, and it keeps you from making desperate, high-risk moves when life throws a curveball. Another layer of protection? Choose the people and information you let influence your financial decisions carefully. Surround yourself with voices that build you up and push you toward better habits, mentors, books, podcasts, even friends who are disciplined with their money. It's the Avengers approach. You want a team that's got your back when the stakes are high. And when your heart and wealth are aligned with wisdom, your financial journey stops being just about numbers, it becomes about legacy. You're not only building for yourself, but for the people who come after you. And speaking of legacy, there's a way to condense decades of proven wealth-building wisdom into just minutes, and it's exactly what we're diving into next. So now you've got the blueprint, habits tested over 20 years that can completely change the way you see and use money. But here's the thing, knowledge without action doesn't pay the bills. The real transformation happens when you start applying these finance tips daily, when you track your spending, invest in yourself, and let your financial psychology guide your personal finance moves instead of impulse or fear. You've already taken the first step by learning this, now it's time to put it into play. Remember how overwhelming it felt when money seemed to control you instead of the other way around? That cycle starts breaking the moment you decide to take ownership. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, we're going deeper into the habits, mindsets, and real-life strategies that build lasting wealth, without the fluff. And if you're ready to go even further, this is where it gets exciting. I've put together Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life, a complete guide that shows you exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment, because the longer you wait, the more opportunities you let pass by. You don't need permission to change your financial future, you just need the right tools and the decision to start now. So go make that decision. The next version of you, the one with freedom, stability, and options, is waiting.